What's up, Dance Fam? We are here again with a very special Avengers edition, I guess, of
absolutely, because
the session where we review World of Dance.
No, we're reviewing all of the MCU movies until Endgame.
All 21.
All 21 before Endgame.
Jeez.
Just kidding.
I did it. Did you do it? You watched
I did. I saw Captain Marvel last night again.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Where? Oh, in the theater?
Yeah, in the theater.
Oh, that's smart, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was still out.
It's still out.
Dang.
It was empty.
That's good, man. Dang.
Had nice theater.
Should have done that.
Anyways.
You win. Anyway, we're, like I said, we are reviewing World of Dance season 3, episode 10.
Episode 10.
Episode 10, but real episode 9 if you're really watching.
That's true. Because
new, whatever.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Anyway.
It's a weird order right now.
Second round of the cuts, or the second episode of the cuts,
yeah.
The last round of cuts.
Yes, sir.
As always, I'm Russ Santos, a.k.a. Lock and Robin, your host. And with me today, if you can guess, is Eser Valencia.
Hi.
Back again.
I'm back again.
What's up, man?
What's up?
You excited for the movie?
Ooh. I've been building this up all week.
Let's just watch the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just go.
All right, that's it.
So as you can tell, I'm not wearing my DanceFam hat. I'm wearing my Iron Man hat. He's wearing his Hulk hat, Hulk shirt, Iron Man shirt, my arc reactor. Anyway, I guess for those listening, there you go.
You know exactly what we look like.
All right, but let's get down to this World of Dance business.
Yep.
I wasn't really excited by anything in this episode.
You're telling me.
Everything was just okay overall, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the nitty gritty.
Let's jump into it. Okay, so the two divisions that were going on in this episode of the cuts were the junior division and the upper teams.
Yes, sir.
So starting with the junior division, we have Funkanometry.
Mm-hmm.
Eser, what'd you think of them?
They did grow on me throughout the season, and this time around I was expecting a little more since their previous round. I know I made some comments about something about them that I didn't quite, I can't fully like them. They're still really great dancers. I really enjoyed this performance particularly as well. Cool. They started somewhere, not anywhere on the stage.
Right. Yeah.
They started at the judges table. Spoiler.
And I don't think anyone's done that before, right?
Yeah, no one.
As far as
no one has ever done that. But at the same time, I guess I can't remember who said it specifically. I think it was either Neo or Derek, one of them. But they were saying it was okay.
Right.
And I definitely agree because I was expecting a lot more since it's at this level of competition.
Right.
So it's okay, that's cool. They got their thing going. We know what they're capable of and what they are. They set their identity. But then I had to agree, their dancing was a little lacking this round, and it was just more flash, their props as well as the costuming. Very nice overall. They set the tone, they had the setting right, but it was very transparent. It was just covering up the fact, I guess they were just focused more around the stuff rather than their substance.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Pretty much agree 100%. I think I've been more of a fan of them than you have.
Yeah.
And then this performance, I'm man, you guys really dropped the ball on this one. Not that it was bad.
No, not saying it at all.
It was just, I would say it's weaker. I thought it was weaker than their previous two. So like you said, it was cool that they start behind the judges. At least they're thinking outside the box, being different. And no one's ever done that, at least in these past two seasons, because we skipped the first season.
Yeah.
And their gimmick was fun.
It was.
The
it
mask
was very fun.
And the space stuff. Very, very fun, right? And we're huge fans of fun, but just the overall dancing was a little weaker, and then even their technique was weaker and kind of sloppy in terms of popping.
True.
Just not as challenging as their previous sets.
No, not at all.
So I ended up giving them an 87.
I gave them an 86.
Okay, so we're pretty much there. Somehow they came up and got a 91.
Yeah.
Neo and JLo thought they deserved 93s.
I know. And then Derek was like, we're right in the range of where Derek was.
He gave him an 88.
Yeah.
So, well then, not a solid start. Well, over 90 is a solid start, I guess you could say. But moving on to Lauren Yakima.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start this one. I thought so. First of all, what captured me was the production set, the production value here. Very basic, but very effective.
Yeah.
Like the visuals. I mean, I think the video walls and the stage, it was just black and white, and she was wearing like a red and blue dress, so that made her really stand out. So that was really effective in visual aspects of everything. As always, she has strength and balance, especially in the first move. The first move she did it. She was on one leg, on one foot, doing a turn. She stops and then turns the other way without dropping. So that shows a lot of strength and balance and control. And then right when I typed that, she did like another turn, kind of pirouette. No, not a pirouette, but she did a couple turns and she lost balance coming out of it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I guess that counters everything that I just said. So those are the negatives that I had to say about that. But overall, her musicality has always been good, and I like the way that she committed emotionally to this set.
Yeah.
I think with her, I said in the past that I felt like her emotion was kind of ingenuine.
Yeah.
This one felt a little bit more genuine, at least to the kind of set that she wanted to put on. So props to her. What'd you think, man?
Very much so. I agree in terms of the genuinity of her set. Like it's definitely been an improvement. Like it doesn't feel so like cardboard and like she's just forcing it. But there's still some slight consistencies that I was just seeing. Like I can still read past her, like like acting. Not saying that she was doing poorly on her performance. Like it was a great set to watch. Like very beautiful, very strong. But like just looking at like I guess the overall picture, I still felt like she still could have been more vulnerable. But she
I see. I got you. Yeah.
But definitely it was a great progression. She's still pushing for it, and I respect that. So it was just one of the major things that I just saw with her dancing. But beautiful lines, beautiful textures, just seeing like how appropriate, like she was just taking her time and just flowing through that set as well. Yeah,
that's true. Did you think this was one of her stronger performances or one of her weaker ones?
I thought it was weaker.
Okay, I agree too.
Yeah,
I just wanted to
no, because like I still recall from her the duels, I felt like she was giving more heart in there rather than like you're in the cuts. Like you would think there's more on the line.
Yeah,
but
I feel you. She tried doing something different here.
Yeah, no, definitely. But like, you just have to take that gamble. You just never know.
Right. What'd you give her?
I gave her an 89.
Me too.
Avengers assemble.
Oh boy. She ended up getting a 91.7.
Yes, sir.
So we were kind of close there.
Yeah.
Moving on to moving forward.
Oh, we moved
moving
forward
to moving forward.
Oh man.
Word. What'd you think, dude?
I really liked them last round, and I was really looking forward, pun intended, that they would do so much more this round. And also they were kind of like, they were a rushed team also.
Oh yeah, it was kind of montage.
I was just like, oh my God, I have to rush my notes. Right. Just typing away. And just like figuring out some appropriate scoring for these categories. I'm like, okay, trying to recall. So I had to pause it for a second just to make sure I get my thoughts straight. Because like the editing just rushed through it. I was like, that made me so upset.
Yeah, man.
Like very. But anyways, the table was a great idea. But at the same time, it was too much focus with the table. And they didn't really expand on their use of the stage.
Fair enough.
Like artistically, it was amazing. Like I would have loved to see this on a stage performance. But for this particular stage, and you're trying to appeal to a very competitive set of judges, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna make me a little worried because I know these boys could do a lot better.
Sure.
And it was kind of disappointing at the same time. But you know what hooked me was their song choice. I love their song choice.
Right.
And it was just like I was very much like, okay, intrigued. Like, what are they gonna do?
Was it Beatles?
Yeah, it was a Beatles song. What else? Yeah, artistically overall, I enjoyed it, but for this level of competition, was not their best. It was very lacking.
Fair enough.
But never doubt these boys. Like, they're very strong. Like, they got there for a reason.
Yeah, I think they're very creative.
Yeah.
What worried me was that they were dancing with socks on the table.
Ooh.
So like and doing tricks and
and
all kinds of leaps and stuff. And one of them even did slip or not. They did like a front flip and he didn't land properly. He kind of messed that up.
Oh, I don't think I caught that.
Right, like one guy kind of helped the other dude flip, and then he kind of landed weird.
I see.
I was like, oh, he's gonna go for a suicide and land on his back. But it didn't look like he fully committed to the back. Kind of looked like he landed on one foot, but then it kind of slid off the foot. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, right off the bat, I was like, this kind of reminds me of that old Microsoft Surface commercial when they're all like in business suits and like passing the surfaces around.
I know which one you're talking about.
And I like that commercial because there was a lot of dancing in that. But yeah, that's what it reminded me of. And then I kind of made I agree with you. I had high hopes for them because I do like them too, and like I like their style and what they can put on because they kind of remind me of like a contemporary version of OK Go.
Oh yeah,
that group in terms of like their creativity and like the visual creativity, I guess, and how they can put on stuff because this looks like a video kind of a thing. So like a work of art that they wanted to put on. So I get what you're saying. Yeah, and that's about it. You said everything else I wanted to say. You jerk.
Sorry.
I because of everything, like and all the negatives that you mentioned and like the slip ups and whatnot, I gave him an 87.
I gave them an 86.
Okay,
oh, so we're right there. We're vibing today, man.
Yes, sir. But for some reason, like the judges are giving high scores. Dude.
It's kind of like confusing. He's like, what are you seeing?
Seriously,
I guess it's different.
I feel like they just got to throw up high numbers.
It may be different because they're actually there.
And maybe they're seeing more of the sets.
Yeah, probably because like they're getting the non-edited version.
Right.
But at the same time, like I do agree. Is like, are they just throwing these high numbers just for the sake of like, ooh, the drama of the show?
Man, it's weird. They ended up getting a 90.3.
Yeah, they did.
So not exactly high, but not low.
It's still passing for
it was passing for the time.
Yeah,
but that's only because I think they were third. Yeah, they're third. All right, let's move on to Julian and Charlize.
Yeah.
Let me start this one.
Go ahead.
Right off the bat, I saw the lamppost. I saw the bench. I'm like, all right, this looks like urban La La Land, man.
Exactly.
La La Land, but with an urban dance twist.
That's what they said in backstage. Like,
okay, I skipped the whole thing.
Oh, okay. I was like, maybe he didn't read that. But yeah, that's what they said. Like, they drew inspiration from La La Land.
That's no inspiration. That's straight up taking it and just dancing in the urban styles, dude. So fine, draw your inspiration there.
Yeah,
whatever. I got it. Like I didn't watch that whole first part, and I was okay, this is fucking. This is freaking La La Land, but whatever. Anyway, my problem with them has always been that they look like two individuals dancing together. In this one, I saw that they had I want to say way more chemistry. They had more chemistry because there were a lot more partner parts, right?
Yeah,
but still, it just didn't look like they are just. It didn't look like they've been dancing for a while. It looks like they're just two different people, wanting to do the best that they can individually while having to dance with someone else. You know what I mean? Not to say that they are terrible dancers because they are great dancers, especially individually, because like you can tell. Kind of like what Derek was saying when he said like, oh yeah, she hits really hard, and she does almost harder than the other guys. So that when they're dancing,
crazy hits,
she kind of stands out more than him. And then there are times where he stands out more than her.
Yeah.
But again, like that's the whole thing. Like it just didn't seem like they're as together as I wanted them to be. Neo mentioned this, and I actually wrote it down. Like it seemed in their dancing, or at least in the set, it seemed like they were dancing more to the musical and DJ-esque ad-libs and nuances that were kind of thrown into that song, into like the remix or whatever. because they did a 112 song.
Yeah.
Dance With Me.
Yeah.
But like it was remixed all up the wazoo, master mixed or whatever you want to say. And they weren't, I want to say they were hardly dancing to the actual song.
Yeah.
It was mostly to those things that they were hitting, like the whatever. Anyway, so those are negatives I had. And then along with the not being together, it's just the cleanliness. At moments they weren't clean because their placements were different. But overall, they have good control of their bodies, just individually, and they're strong dancers. I'm not a fan of them together. What'd you think, man? I said a lot.
No, you definitely took a chunk as well of what I was thinking as well, and I kind of wrote a majority of the things here. But I did want to mention, like, it definitely was a different take on their love story kind of take.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, a little bit refreshing, but I was not feeling the music mix that they made either.
Yeah.
Like, it was just too much of a mix rather than like majority of like it's the actual like original track. You know, I don't mind it being mixed, but you know, it's like
it was all mixed.
It was just like, where's the rest of the song? Like, I know you could do better, but like it's just too much beat killing. There's such a thing as just too much.
Sure.
For especially for this set that they created. Like, I liked what they were thinking getting through it when they were creating it, but at the same time I was like, it could have been better. I'm just gonna put it that way.
I feel you.
It definitely is an improvement on their end. Like, I saw a little more personality being put out from both of them.
Yeah, I agree there.
And at the same time, it's just still like, oh, there's still two individuals as well, rather than like one unit dancing again. But yeah, my major note that I put here was major note. Sorry, we know that they're great at their craft. I just wanted to see more artistry incorporated with their dancing and choreography, because all I saw was just a lot of choreography.
Yeah, fair enough. Beat killing.
Yeah.
I gave them an 89.
I gave them an 87.
Okay, wow, I scored them lower than me. Interesting. They ended up at 93. So, and I can see how they would get a 93. Like,
I guess.
Judges like that kind of stuff. You know, urban dancing in general. All right, moving on to Kayla Mak. The ballet dancer here.
Yeah.
What did you think, my friend?
It was another powerful set. Like, it was definitely like finally like it picked up. The show kind of picked up when she started dancing for me here.
Okay.
Like, it was good to see this side of her, like a very more powerful and a lot of strength incorporated, because like I guess that was something she needed to work on as well. Like, and because she was definitely in the redemption round in the duels, and it was just good to see like she wanted to do something out of her comfort zone, which is very appreciated. Always great lines. This girl was just killing it.
Lines, yes.
Yeah, but at the same time, there was definitely, I think at the end she had a little bit of like wobbly legs, you know, trying to stick that pose, you know.
Oh, and, right. Yeah. Her final pose.
Yeah, her final pose was like, ooh, careful.
Yeah, I got you.
But definitely, I'm definitely changing my perspective about ballet being very competitive, and she's proving it. So good on her. Very, very happy about that. So it was some very excellent like choices of her dancing, going from hard to soft movements throughout the entire set. So I love that, and it was very I was enjoying watching her just be herself, finding those different textures as well. So she was making some really great choices last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would agree with you mostly all there in terms of just positives. I didn't really have too many negatives, just that one that you mentioned, like balance issues towards the end.
Yeah.
So, you know, I wrote down lines, control, musicality, flexibility, all there. Like, she's always had that, right?
Yeah, she's always.
I think something wasn't there for me in general.
All right.
And I want to say it was just the overall build up for her set. I think it was one note, but like a good one note.
Okay.
Like, it was just, for me, it was just always good.
Yeah.
And always on. Like I kind of wanted to be guided a little more, and kind of like, you know, I wanted to chill a little bit, and I wanted to like her to ramp me up somewhere towards it. But I think that's just the overall feeling of ballet. It's tough with because normally done to like orchestral music.
Yeah.
So it's tougher with when you pick like a pop track or whatever, or you know, some kind of song. But again, like it was a bad problem for me to have with her. Or sorry, a good problem for me to have with her.
Not a bad problem,
Right,
good problem.
Right. So I did like her.
Yeah.
I gave her an 89.
I ended up giving her a 92.
Okay, wow, pretty high. You were closer. She got a 93.7.
Mm-hmm.
This whole episode, I didn't give too many high scores. There were maybe like 3 acts that I gave over a 90. And even then, it wasn't that high of a 90.
All right.
But anyway, neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to the last performers.
Yeah.
The last performers of the junior division. Ellie and Ava.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of them?
They were surprising for me this round, actually. Because I think last round it was just a little lackluster for their duels, and I'm very happy to see that they took the notes and I guess improved upon what they did last round. So it was just a definitely like 10 notches up or something like. But I guess it was also the fact that they were dedicating this performance to their grandfather, of how much he's been such an influence on them, especially when he's a war veteran. So major props to them for just major props for them to just incorporate that sort of like feeling of appreciation towards a relative, you know, and it showed, you know, like that was the kind of performance I wanted to see for Lauren Yakima, you know, that kind of emotion they were exhibiting. So I was really glad to like feel that and enjoy what they were showing with all the great levels and different dynamics. And it was just like, it was such a great mesh of things happening there.
The levels,
you know, I was very happy, and the climax to break through to the end, it was just, that was it. That was the one. I don't know. It was just hard to really nitpick for me at them. You know, it's just like, I just want to just see something, you know, like that I can just constructively criticize about, but you know, like I enjoyed it too much. You know?
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, that's what I had for mostly about them. Is just like those things.
Yeah, and I was nitpicking too for a little bit. There weren't too many things I could nitpick about. There was one part where they were facing each other and they both bent over backwards, and then right back up. One of them went a little lower than the other.
Right.
But, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just nitpicking there.
Yeah.
The good thing about them, or one of the good things about them that they've been doing consistently is being together in terms of cleanliness and kind of looking the same. Because, I mean, they almost look the same. They're sisters.
Yep.
So they look like twins. Practically the same height, practically the same build. So when they're wearing the same stuff, they have to be super clean, otherwise
it's going to be thrown
notice.
Yeah, it's going to be very apparent.
So I had everything you said, especially the levels and visuals. They had fantastic levels and visuals during their set, and their build-up was awesome. The overall build-up.
Yeah.
So like that's the kind of like thing I kind of enjoy when someone guides me through their set, as opposed to like Kayla Mak. Just personally, maybe she built it up for other people, but not for me. So yeah, I like them. I gave them a 91. My first group over 90.
I gave them a 93.
Okay. And they actually got a 95.3. So
I know,
super high score
that was super high on the judges' end. All right.
Good for them.
Yeah.
That's the end of the junior division.
Yeah, junior division.
Who goes through? Ellie and Ava.
Kayla Mak,
and Julian Charlize.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
It was those three groups or individuals.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the upper team division.
Upper team.
Starting with the Exiles. I will start. Here we go.
Go ahead.
I actually didn't write a lot. There wasn't a lot about them for me to write.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Okay.
But here, I wrote one good thing and one negative thing. The good thing I wrote was that the last trick was awesome. I don't know what it was.
I'm trying to recall now.
And that's the bad thing.
Oh, boy.
One of the bad things.
It might have been that final pose.
Possibly. Probably. It doesn't matter because overall, their whole set, I felt like, was just trick after trick, gimmick after gimmick. Kind of like setting up the next thing.
Yeah.
There was barely any dancing.
Yeah.
And even when there was, it was okay. And even some of the tricks weren't that great. Like one of them didn't really stick the landing really well. And then another trick wasn't as clean.
Yeah.
It just, overall, it wasn't that great. And I don't know why I gave him such a high score in my opinion. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. That's all I wrote.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't write anything else. I didn't really enjoy much of anything else with them.
True.
Or didn't like anything else with them. What'd you think?
I don't know. Maybe it was just a confidence thing about them because they even mentioned in the backstage when they were talking to Neo.
There's your problem.
Yeah, I know.
The backstory.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess that kind of influenced my thoughts about it, but at the same time, I read it, like it could have been that confidence. But yeah, they definitely got over that hump, just to like not think of themselves as like below average. Like they're a great group. Like they're doing this for a great cause. That was their goal, their mission to get through this competition. But I'd have to agree. It was just a lot of just like straight up, tricks, and the dancing was okay and could have been done better, but I wasn't thoroughly impressed with how they did this round overall. Yeah. And it was definitely challenging for me to really to like post more good things about it, because like it was just plain for me. The performance was very plain for me. Yeah. But I'm glad that they took it to a very hype and energetic piece. Like this is it. Like you never know whether it's your last performance. So just like leave it all on the floor. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much what I had about the Exiles.
Okay, what'd you give them?
Gave them an 88.
Okay, that's pretty much what I give them. So, good job.
All right.
I thought that was a little high for what I actually saw. But anyway, I guess that means they were good enough to be there.
Yeah.
They actually got 90.3, so kind of a low start here. Next up are the Kings.
The Kings.
These
guys again.
These guys.
You guys
want to see a magic trick? What did you think, Eser?
These guys. The Kings, again, very impressed with their Bollywood influenced and incorporated hip-hop dancing style, It's just... I'm just always blown about how they just keep on being innovative with their tricks. Like you just never know what to expect anymore with this group. Like the last several weeks, it's just been like, okay, how are they going to improve upon it? Oh, they did it. How are they going to improve that? Oh, they did it again. It's just like, I guess I just shouldn't anticipate it. I just have to wait and see and just let my body accept it, But still. At the same time, with all these impressive tricks and like, showmanships of just physical ability, like I still wanted to see them dance more. That was the major thing. Like they were dancing a little bit, like it's just like spots and spots and spots, like formation change, blocking as well as, but I just didn't see enough of like them playing with their music rather than like they're just over the top with like, oh, let's throw our buddy here. Let's throw our buddy over there. Oh, let's roll our buddies down this way or something. Yeah. But not going to lie, they're so exciting and entertaining to watch. I can't like lie about that, Yeah. They're great. But yeah, that's just what it was. Like, I just wanted to have them a better ratio of trick to dancing on their set. And that was my problem with them. Same thing as with the Exiles here. It was just trick after trick after trick. They did have more dancing. I will give than the Exiles. Okay, yeah. It was definitely a little more,
but it was just trick after trick. And don't get me wrong, like you're saying, these tricks are freaking crazy.
Yeah,
like a 110% like level of tricks, throwing people onto people.
Yeah,
then throwing more people on people while standing on other people.
I know.
You know what I mean? And it's like it's crazy. So props to them with these tricks. It's exactly what you said. Like I need a better dance to trick ratio here. Some sort of, I don't know, some sort of like archetype there.
Yeah.
Some overarching set as opposed to like an acrobatic set.
That's true.
It's like saying, it's like Cirque du Soleil. Like it's not necessarily a dance show. It's a lot of acrobatics. There's a lot of athletics.
Yes.
And these are great athletes.
Yeah, they are. Very much so.
With, the Bollywood fusion and the urban fusion there. So I just want them to dance more. Keep the awesome tricks, but, use them wisely as opposed to just doing them. You know what I mean?
It's like they need to have purpose and intent for where they place them. Not saying that they didn't at parts, but it still felt like they just put it there just for the sake of putting it there.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I also wrote that they had good visuals, which they did because their tricks are awesome.
Yeah, that they were, no doubt.
The tricks and yeah. Anyway, I give them a 91.
I gave them a 90.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, all right.
They scored them higher.
I know.
They got a 97.7.
Crazy.
J-Lo gave them a 99.
Crazy.
I'm like, this world of dance, I'd like to see some more dance. You know what I mean? Anyway. It was at this point I stopped and took some more notes based on I need a rant here. Like I wrote down Exiles and the Kings embody what urban dance is kind of moving towards nowadays.
Yeah.
We talked about it last season, like how there's like you kind of like dancers nowadays or dance teams nowadays are kind of moving one way or another on this like imaginary spectrum of athleticism on one end with artistry on the other end. Finding the happy medium there is where, like, I feel are the best dancers.
I know.
Not to say you can't be, like, 100% a great artist and be, a terrible athlete. It's just, finding the balance there.
Sure is.
This is, like, all... For the Kings and Exiles, I feel like they're skewed way towards athleticism here.
Yeah.
It's almost like... It's kind of related to, like, how cheer is, like, when you go to a cheer competition.
Yeah.
It's like trick. All right. Set up for the next
next one.
And trick. There you go.
It's just become very formatted in a very formulated way, and it's just kind of like I need more fluidity.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way as well.
Yeah. And style.
Yeah,
Needs
style.
More style there. Style. Anyway, yeah, I took a little note rant there. Anyway,
no problem.
Moving on to Unity LA.
Unity.
I was looking forward to seeing them because I like their stuff.
Yeah, me too.
But they were kind of montaged here,
which was disappointing.
Yeah. So this one was stark contrast compared to Exiles and the Kings. These guys are skewed more towards artistry. Even. So far, so like it's like abstract what they do.
It really was.
Makes you really think and really kind of have to really find what they're trying to do here, which can be distracting at times, especially for a show like this. I thought overall that they were super clean, even with the Canes as props.
I thought so too.
And it's tough to be clean with props in general, but even more so with Canes because they're so straight, and these ones are bright white, so you can see them against the darker background here.
Yep.
So you notice, but overall they were super clean with them, which was tough to do. So good job to them. What'd you think, man?
It was just weird for me that I couldn't really take notes with this set. I think it was just because it just went really fast.
Yeah. Yep.
So you said a lot of the things I wanted to. So at the same time, I wrote down may have been the editing of this segment. So it was hard for me to be excited about this round, and I did appreciate the abstractness of their set, but it may fly over a lot of the audience as well.
Right.
So it was very tricky for them to just find out and feel it out, but you can't blame them. Like they wanted to try something different, and
sure,
that's very respected and appreciated in the dance community. But yeah. I don't know. I was just waiting for some big moment as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can still incorporate that with an abstract set too. But they did what they did, and it was just very enjoyable to see like this different side, this different message being set out as well.
Right. Cool. I gave them a 90.
I gave them an 89.
Okay. We're really good today, dude.
Yeah, we are.
They actually got a 93.3, so a pretty good score here.
Yeah.
Next up is Fuego Dance Crew.
Oh, man. Oh man.
What'd you think?
First off, my biggest thing was like I'm not hating the song at all, and this felt like it wasn't even mixed at all either.
Sure. Was it Gasolina?
It was Gasolina.
Yeah.
So it was just very monotone. The entire set was just super monotone for my taste, and I. Okay, cool. I got bored with it.
Yeah,
I did.
I'm not disagreeing with you here.
I'm sorry, but like, cool. They wanted to challenge themselves using this song, but it didn't do anything for me. Like, I'm sorry. 100%. It was very anticlimactic, and it just wasn't their best work. Great energy, just trying to even set it on the stage, but like their movement was even just very elementary.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Eser. 100% agree here.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm done. That's what I got.
Okay. Yeah, I agree 100%. I wrote down one thing. Aside from the tricks, the dancing was a little less challenging than the others because, you know, even their tricks were weak.
Yeah, they were.
Well, some of them were. A couple of them were awesome, but most of the tricks were weak, you know, not landing, or just not clean in general. It was just overall not. I feel like I'm surprised it got to this.
I know, really?
This level or the stage of the competition. Anyway, I gave them an 84.
Me too.
Jeez, come on. So not even like qualifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was surprised that I was like, wow. Anyway, they got an 89.3.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
All right, moving on nicely here to Radiance.
Oh yeah.
I'll start with them.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I haven't seen them before because I don't know. Maybe I just remember them.
Last round they weren't montage last round.
I didn't watch that. Remember that was the break, I think.
Oh,
we took that. That's when we took our break.
You right.
But you watched it, I guess.
I did watch it.
I did not. I was
right.
very busy. Anyway. But so, you know, looking at them with fresh eyes.
Yeah.
I was like, right at the beginning, someone on the right started early. Like like a whole count early.
Oh no.
Like, you know, everyone was very there goes Danny Zuko and Powerline. For those who are watching, they are down, but Groot's still there. I'll see you later, Groot.
See you later
in the movies. Anyway, but again, so in the beginning, everyone's standing still, and then all of a sudden, like they kind of like do some drastic movement.
Yeah.
One of them on the right started early, and that took me way out of it already. So that threw me off. But overall, I thought the visuals that they were going for were super strong. But as a set, it wasn't as clean as I wanted it to be, as I hoped it would be. You know?
Yeah.
I felt like their intention was super strong there. It just their dance didn't really back it up as much. That's pretty much it. That's all. They were kind of to me. What'd you think, man?
It's disappointing because they thoroughly impressed me in their duels round. I watched that episode. Like, they smashed it. Like, I was like, oh, this is a all girl team to look out for. You know, they were ruthless.
Okay.
And now this round they took it back and just went back to like, you know, like being more artistic with their set. And it felt more of a showcase rather than like a competitive set this round. Still amazing, but I needed more out of it as well. Always a great storytelling routine, and it was just very moving to watch them as well. Like, I loved watching their visuals as well, but I don't know, it could have been stronger.
Yeah, could have been cleaner.
Yeah, for sure.
I gave them an 88.
I gave them an 89.
Well, but we are on this. This episode, man. They actually got a 92.7, so not terrible there.
Yeah.
And then last up with the upper teams is the Heima.
Ooh.
Which, you know, favorite of ours at least. I didn't get to see them in the duels. How'd they do in duels?
Duels, they were good too.
Okay.
Yeah, they were very good.
I did like their qualifier, so I was excited to see them here. And actually, I'll start this one. So there was this one part where our B-boy was doing flares into a head spin into Yeah, I think that's about it. Or not flares to windmills to headspin.
Yeah, he was just transitioning from.
He was just doing a lot of
bottom
power moves.
Bottom to top. It was just a lot of power.
A lot of power here. I thought he was going on for a little too long for my taste.
Oh yeah, I thought so too.
Way too long, because it started to take away from the others, and at the same time, it takes away from their set time. Like, I thought if they cut it down by like maybe 4-8 counts, it would have been fine. Short and sweet would have been nice too.
Yeah.
But still very good, obviously. The overall build-up and the visuals of like the song and then their set kind of reminded me of an anime intro. For those who watch anime, like you guys understand like the intros, like it kind of starts it off, kind of like, and then builds you into it, and then gets all super hype. You know what I mean? This kind of felt like that for me.
Oh, okay.
In terms of visuals and just overall build-up here. For Fusion B-Boys, they created some pretty damn good visuals and just pictures and I don't know, a lot of good moments here.
Yeah.
I really liked it. One negative thing I had to say was that I thought that they could have used maybe a little bit more group choreo. They were borderline, setting up trick after trick after trick.
True.
Their transitions were better, which helped with that.
Yeah.
Because they were dancing through it, and then they had that one section with the b-boy doing his own thing. But I could use a little bit more group dancing here. What did you think?
Yeah, I right off the bat I was just like, oh, look, they have no mask this time, so we know what they look like. But at the same time, like, I wanted their suits.
True, those are fly suits.
Where are they getting these outfits? I need to shop where they need to go. But anyways, excellent pictures.
NBC money.
Yeah, sure. J-Lo got that money. Such a unique style of b-boys. I thoroughly enjoyed them, and they were very much out of their own boxes, and they kept pushing that envelope. And I definitely wrote down in big capital letters, this is the caliber all dancers should be at this point of the competition.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, for sure. Like, so creative and just like pushing that boundary of just limits. I just was just excited to see how they were going to turn this whole thing out, and you just never know. They were just that unpredictable. I loved it. It was so good. Lots of I don't know, I just felt more connected with this set than anything. Like they were really like engaging the audience as well. It felt more soulful. I guess it was the song choice as well.
Sure.
So, but again, I did feel awkward when it was that one b-boy soloing.
Yeah.
With the head spin,
yeah.
like for such a long time, and then the background of his buddy, they're just like hyping him up. It's like it was a little overextended.
Yeah.
They definitely need to work on that for the future. But transitioning from that one head spin soloist into the whole group, just sticking slow-mo, sticking to that freeze and then the poses, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was good.
But
that was fantastic.
Yep.
What'd you give him?
I gave them a 94. Yeah.
I give them a 91. That's it.
Yeah. All right.
They ended up with a 97.7.
Yeah.
Neo giving them 100.
Yeah, giving them 100. I was like, man.
I don't know what these guys are smoking nowadays. Like, don't get me wrong, it was good, but it's not. I don't think it was
perfect
by any means.
Derek gave it a 98.
Yeah, I don't know. Man. They're just super hype about things.
Yeah, they are.
These just let the hype get to them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's it. Moving on from the upper teams are the Heima, obviously Heima. Who else?
And I think that was it.
No, moving on.
The Heima?
Yeah.
We talked about Radiance.
No, overall, like the three from this team.
Oh, the three from the team. The three from the
division.
Night. Yeah, Heima.
I don't know.
Unity LA.
Oh, the Kings.
And the Kings.
Yeah.
So those were the three for
we'll see them.
Upper division.
Upper team division. That's it.
Yeah.
Are you excited to see the rest of World of Dance? I'm kind of not. The only ones I'm kind of really excited for are the Heima, like who I'm really genuinely interested in seeing more of. Maybe a few of the juniors, but like the upper. Well, and Pop and John, I'm actually excited.
Yeah, Pop and John still there.
Yeah,
and they have some other individuals, but like
I'm just not as excited as it was the last.
No,
season.
It doesn't seem that way this year either, but definitely the Heima is a group to just watch out for. Kings are kind of like on the fence with me, but leaning more toward like I can put them away and not really.
If they just do tricks, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, Eser, I want to thank you for stopping by.
Yes, sir.
Where can people find you, my friend?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at ValCirca and on Facebook.
Cool.
Yeah.
As always, you can find me, Russ Santos, aka Lock and Robin, at Lock and Robin on Instagram, even Twitter if you want, and even Reddit if you want to chat with me. We will see you guys on the other side of Avengers Endgame, which we're doing tonight. Which is the reason why Endgame. Which is partly the reason why we are late with this episode.
Yeah.
You're seeing this on a Saturday, maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the reason why. If you guys liked everything you heard or saw, if you're listening on podcasts, keep doing it. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff, and Google. Find us on YouTube. Subscribe, like, everything. And if you want to see even more stuff, go to our website, dancefam.tv. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, at dancefamtv, #thesession. There go the rest of our pops on the table.
All right.
And we will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Later.